Snowplowing has always been one of my main priorities. And that means when it's snowing, I just want to be able to go to work. I don't want to mess with equipment. I don't want to try to do any repairs I don't have to. I want all the systems in place so as soon as we have a forecast and the flakes start to fall, I want to be able to say go and know that everything is ready to go. And that means that we have almost as much work when we're not plowing snow as when we have the big snow come in and we got to activate the entire team. The difference is I don't need everybody doing what we do. I only need a few select guys that know the equipment inside and out and kind of have that idea of what to look for, what needs to be addressed. And that leaves it up to Zach, Alex, Timmy, and Sam. Those guys are the heart and soul of the main team. So whether it's snowing or not snowing, we always have something going on in the works to keep our main crew teams just going. And that's what we're going to share with you today. So hop along for the ride and we're going to take you along and show you what we do as we do it.
All right, good morning everybody. It's now a week later from when we last were here, but that's because last week it was negative at least 10-15 degrees during the day, and at night it was negative like 30-50 degrees. I'm gonna take Stan's truck here. We're gonna go grease and fuel up all the equipment because it was just too extremely cold, and we'd have gelled up fuel and whatnot, and just grease don't want to move, and that it's like it's just a whole big thing. But now we're gonna go do it now that it's warm. I'm gonna take you guys along and go from there. So thumbs up. All right everybody, we made it up here to North High. Had to stop and get some grease. He's got that fired up, got the Kubota fired up, got the sledge fired up, just letting them warm up a bit even though it's like 40 degrees out. Hoping this one runs right. It didn't want to run the last time on the last snowstorm, or when it ran just fine the snowstorm prior. So I don't know what his deal is. Hopefully it's something, or just may have just gelled up, which I don't know how, because we had diesel treatment and everything. Hang on. But this ran and that ran, so this has got like half a tank on it. That one's got 3/4 of a tank. So fill them up, grease them up, get them ready for the next snowstorm, or just get them ready to sit for the year. We can get stuff in March, but otherwise usually by April we're starting to pull stuff off. So we got another month to go, but I don't see us, the forecast ain't looking too good for snow. So, but all right, I'm gonna get to greasing. This one I don't gotta grease because that didn't move from the last time. So this has got to get greased, that's got to get greased, east and fueled. So that's all I gotta do here, and then we're off to Skyview to go grease and fuel everything there, other than the big loader that just needs fuel because that's got an auto greaser on it. All right, you're gonna sit like that. I forgot the tripod back in the car.
Now we're located in Minnesota and our fuel supply from local sources has been winterized. That's not good enough. That's probably okay for a car or a vehicle, but for a piece of heavy equipment that's exposed to the elements, we found that we've got to supplement it. And I'm going to ask you guys, what do you use? Personally, we have used Diesel 911. That's what it's called. And they've got other brands of supplements, but that's the one that has always worked for us without any problems. Diesel 911. That's for the emergency. They've got a different one for you just put in and it's your standard maintenance.
That one's all fueled up. I just got a greaser now. I'll do that once I'm done fueling up that. I really wish that they'd actually put the fuel systems for loaders on the right side of the loaders. Right, so that way when you pull up with your trucks, you don't got to have it flipped around. But granted, you probably, all the vehicles would be flipped around the other way, but just the way the layout is here, we can't have them that way. Otherwise it just looks goofy, and then it just takes up too much room out here where it's pretty tight coming in here anyways. All right, next.
This loader is gonna go up for sale. It's already been in operation now for 4, maybe 5 years. It's the SDLG 918F. It's a 74 horsepower loader that runs off from a Deutz engine. And it's just about that time where we've got to upgrade. And I don't know what loader I'm going to replace it with. I've been leasing loaders, which is freaking phenomenal. I love leasing. 100% tax deductible. That's the Hyundais that you've seen in some of my videos. But this one is going to go on the chopping block and get sold, not because it's a bad machine, but it's just time to upgrade it, and I'm not sure what I'm going to upgrade it yet with. So let me know in the comments.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about that. That's the only downside of the 15 gallon a minute pump. You gotta be really careful when you're filling, because it'll just spray right out. Alright, got my trusty Milwaukee grease gun, and I use to grease all this stuff because I don't mind the hand pump, but auto is nice as well. Depending on how much you're greasing and how many grease zerks you got to do on a certain thing, it's nice to have an auto. Otherwise, if you're just doing a few of them and you're doing it every other couple of days, you're good probably just with a hand pump. If you don't feel like dropping, it's like 200 bucks on this, so it's like I think 130 or something, I think, but like with batteries, extra stuff, blah blah blah. Because this tip alone right here is like 40 or 50 bucks.
We started with one auto grease gun, and then that pretty soon migrated into who's got the grease gun. I'll tell you straight up, get it, just buy it. It is an investment. It's a phenomenal investment. I don't care if you buy a Milwaukee one or you buy a DeWalt one or whatever you buy, but the boys love that thing. So I ended up just buying 4 more. I've got one for Sam, one for Zach, and then I've got some extra. I legitimately got extras just waiting, just in case something happens. We'll never be without one of these auto grease guns. So if you guys have used one of those auto grease guns in the past, let me know what your thoughts are. If there's a brand you like or a setup that you prefer over another, please share it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. What has been your best auto grease gun if you've used one?
Alright, everything's all done. That's greased up and fueled up. That's done and greased and fueled up. That is actually running normal, but I think that's just because the fuel either gelled up or something with the cold weather, or I don't know what it is. It was running fine, now it's running fine, and it wasn't running fine. It has a mind of its own. But that's a Timmy skid. That's Timmy's stands, and the entire basically plow fleet, other than the trucks, are stands. And so, yeah, but all right, we're off to Skyview now to go fuel and grease up all that stuff. All right, everybody, we made it to Skyview. Tongue twister. I like how they have these set up, because fuel is right here on the Mechalec, fuel is right here on the ASV, and then the fuel is right here on the other side of this door, or on the big loader. So all I gotta do is just pull up alongside and everything's all fueled. Gotta get this fueled up, that fueled up, that fueled up. That's auto greased, so I don't gotta worry about greasing that one, but this one I gotta grease, this one I gotta grease, and this one I gotta fix a grease zerk on that side of it. Yeah, right where this one's puking out right here, I gotta put the grease zerk back in. It's in the cab there. Everything's gonna be greased and fueled up, so. All right, time lapse.
So we divide the crew up into a north team and a south team, and we try to keep equal horsepower between the two teams as far as a breakup, a division between loaders and skid loaders go. Now I actually have more sites than this, but these are the ones that we film, so these are the ones that you guys typically get to see. But the Kubota 97-2 skid loaders at a remote location. We've also got, what the heck else do we got? I got all my cast loaders at different locations. I've got 2 more skid loaders that you don't see in these videos at other locations as well. So They're all there. I still own them, but you just don't get to see them because these are the locations that we choose to show off in our videos.
Yeah, this one is just right here. Well, I guess we'll come back for the big loader. Because that's pure foam. So, that's all she wrote on the fuel. Yeah, we'll have to come back for that. But that's no big deal. We'll get these greased up. That way all I gotta do is roll up here and fuel this up, and then that's done. Alright, on to greasing.
This is the Mechalak AX1000, and as far as for snowplowing, it's been a phenomenal machine. But like all loaders, it came equipped with dirt tires, so I put in studs on this one.
Alright, so I'm going through and checking everything, and then all of a sudden I come across a freaking huge puddle of, looks like hydraulic fluid, and I'm like, what are we leaking from here? And I can't tell if it's out of here, off of here. Everything's pretty well coated, but again, this is outside of my wheelhouse. It's for big loader stuff.
Now, if I own this Hyundai and I got the call, hey, we got a big puddle underneath the machine, of course, it sets all of your nerves on fire. And you're like, oh my God, I just bought the machine, blah, blah, blah. What could be going wrong? Did it run out of oil? Did they keep operating it without oil? Do I now have a warranty issue? Am I going to be able to get a warranty issue? No, I've got none of those worries. I leased this machine. So for me, all I've got to do is make a call to Universal Service Center out of Roseville and go, hey, the Hyundai loader I'm leasing from you guys has a puddle on it. Can you come out and fix it? And I did, and they did. They came out, looked it over, and somehow the cap that Zach had pointed at right out of the gate had come just a little bit loose, and it was a half a notch loose, and the oil blew back out of it that way. Simple fix. But either way, I had zero issues, zero worries, nothing. That's the beauty of leasing. There is a benefit to leasing equipment, and I'm finding more and more I really like that benefit. I like not worrying about something happening. I had an issue with the Mechalak loader. Same thing, almost the same thing. One of the caps came off on the engine, just jiggled itself loose, and all of the, what was it? It was caught on live. You guys seen it. It was antifreeze. All the antifreeze just gushed out. No, it was a hose came loose. And this freaking hose was like this size. Blew like 8 gallons of antifreeze onto the engine and just went. I thought I was screwed. I thought I was just out of luck. But thankfully, we were able to fix it, shut the machine down, and what have you. But if it was a leased machine, I wouldn't have worried about that at all. I would have just shut the machine down, made a phone call, and if I'm smart, would have been able to get a backup machine in operation. But that's the difference. When you lease, you pay a little bit more, but you're also buying peace of mind.
Especially when you got freaking hose, like freaking, what's it, 8 hoses right here, or the whole patch of hoses there, a whole patch of hoses there, hoses there, or hoses up over here. There's so many hoses right in this section that I don't got a clue where it would even be leaking from. And it's hydraulic, I know that. So it looks like it might be this cylinder here. So I'm gonna get on the horn. I can usually fix it if it's a loose fitting or something, but if it's a ram seal that's gone out, that's way above my thing. So I'm gonna give them a call, and then I'm gonna get back to getting the stuff greased and whatnot. All right, so I got a hold of Universal Truck. They're gonna get back to me in about a half hour or so, and when a technician can either come out and look at it, or they're gonna haul it away and fix it at their shop. But I probably need to go get some floor dry now. But that's another thing. After I get all this greased up, I'm gonna go get some floor dry and some freaking, I gotta get more diesel fuel on to finish fueling this up, but I might hold off on that if they're gonna take it. I don't want to put a whole bunch of fuel on her. So this is fueled, that's fueled. I just got to get them greased and fix the grease circuit on that one, and then go from there. So then on to probably getting some floor dry. So the front pin system on this thing is a love-hate relationship. I love the auto undoing, but I hate when it doesn't want to meet back up. It's either there's something with the plate or that, or something somewhere in there is not making good contact, allow the pins to drop in properly, so you gotta fight with it. I'm not sure. It might be the skid plate, it or something. I don't know. This one we wasn't on this machine last year. It was a more heavy duty one, but that heavier one just wanted to make this thing just tip right over. So we got a lighter one on this year. But all right, I gotta go grab my tools and we're gonna fix that grease circuit that's on that side. So and then go through and grease all this up, probably fire it up and lift the boom up to get at some of these other ones that are a pain to get at. But that's the next thing, and go from there. All right, slight change of plans. I don't got the grease circuit. I thought it was still inside the cab here, but somebody, whoever used it last, must have threw it away, thinking it was just a used napkin or whatever. Granted, I didn't warn anybody that it was, so both faults. But I got more in my car. I just didn't bring any with because I didn't think that it would. I thought it would still be here. So, but we're gonna get everything else greased up on it, and then I'm gonna be back up here to fix that other greaser at a different time. So that will be that. All right, that's everything done. Fueled up, greased up. I still got to get the grease circuit fixed on here. Like I said, I thought the grease circuit was still be in here, but it's not, so I'm gonna have to go grab one on my own. Grease circuit should almost be put on with blue Loctite, but that's for a different thing, and that's a different rant. But all right, enough talking. This video is officially basically done, and I called these guys. They're gonna give us an update. I'm gonna go get some floor dry, keep that clean, and then yeah, but that's everything done, greased, fueled. That's been along for the ride. Dan, take it away.
God bless you guys, and go get them. See you on the next one.